What a wonderful day when you forget that your mic is muted. Oh, that is not supposed to be going there. Boom, 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 and boom. Hello and welcome into the chat, people. So, I have a lot of work to do building a set for, hopefully, future educational videos. If you can't tell, it's a museum. So, I need to... What do I need to do? What do I actually need to do? Such a looking wall section. Thank you, I think. It's a work in progress, that is for sure. Slowly getting there, though. Slowly getting there. It is indeed a dinosaur. A Diplodocus. Slowly coming together. I mean, it doesn't look perfect, but certainly not the worst thing I've ever built, skeleton-wise. I'll be honest, I'm really happy with this guy. I think he looks super cool, so I might swap him out. But main focus is on getting all this done. Can you steal him? You can give it a shot. I mean, if you manage to, fair play to you. For now, though, I've got no idea. Thank you for using both pronunciations. Yep, it's I'm never going to be able to get away with it. Little Golden Plaque is completely right. I forgot that I need to have a thing. Is that goes underneath? Huh. That's interesting. I think like that, or does that look bad? Oops. I'm gonna use a mod that I have called Big Text to write oh. Wonderful. Can't use that then. Let's try a different font. Nope. Ah, this might be the perfect one. I love how no matter what I do, it's always missing one. Whoa. Diplod? Thin. Dipple. Odoke. Maybe I can have CUS here and a space. Swap this to Lodo. And have a space. Dip. Diplodocus. Does that work? Diplodocus? Maybe... Oh, maybe I need to glow it up. Oops. Ooh, actually, that's an idea. I could use banners if I sorted out different name things. I think that works, though. So you walk in, you see Diplodocus, you look up, it's a Diplodocus. Oh, it's already black. White, maybe? A little bit easier on the eyes. I think that's good. Yeah. I'm quite happy with that. Just everything else that I'm not happy with, like this just being, well, that. So I'm on a real mission today because I barely got anything done yesterday in yesterday's stream, so I'm kind of needing to catch up a little bit. Oops. There we go. Boom. Diplodocus. Diplodocus. Or Diplodocus. Flash deal at Longnet bot from YouTube. Watch now from Minecraft. That should work. Okay. I am not going to pretend like I understand that. Oh, now we've got a problem here. Lighting. Okay, how are we going to light this thing? How are we going to light this thing? Need to figure that out. I mean, I can always just use light blocks. If I could reach. But that feels a bit cheaty. Also, I have got no idea what's going on with the textures for these things. Bit broken. Oh, actually, yeah, I kind of don't hate that. Put that in there. And then I can also take this and move it over there. Oh, but now we've got the problem of that doesn't really add up. On this side, it's different to this side. Huh. I could. That's a thought. Another one here. What do you guys think of that? That seems... I'm not fully sure. Hold on, wait. What are they called? Shelf. Shelf. There we go. Plop some shelves in there. Maybe I would be better off with a trapdoor as well. That nice rounded shape. Switch that. Yeah. Gotta get the shelf in. I don't know if it fits quite well though. It's not... doesn't fit with the mud quite as well as the jungle trapdoor does. Because it goes off of the stripped log texture, which actually... I mean, yeah, they look different, but they don't look too bad together. Is that overly complicated, though? That's the only question. Is it overly complicated? I don't mind having these 3 thick. If I actually probably made them 3 thick. I think it looks pretty decent. Do you have enough space in here, though, to have a thing there is the only question. Okay, I need something that spawns light and a decent bit of it. Probably... Is that... Oh, that's 4 block. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna have to completely move this over by 1. Do I have enough? I think I've got enough. That ruins that, so I'm gonna have to then take this and move that over. But then I'm gonna need to take this and overly complicate this. And then of course, that's the same problem up here. But I could just do this. Oops, that is not what I meant to do. Take that. Take that. Perfect. Right. Okay. Don't go overboard with the bricks, please. It ends up being a bricky situation. Well, that does make sense. Yeah, I like the bricks for accent details, but everywhere else it does get really, really repetitive is an issue which I do very much understand. That's how to light up these tunnels at the end, though, is my only issue. Trying to figure this out. Oh, hi. Hello, Adriviant. Josex, are you planning to make a video on how museums form in the wild? Unfortunately, I haven't quite... I don't know about captive bred museums, so unfortunately not. But definitely going to be working on a museum video. Well, not a museum video, but a video utilizing museums. Let's just say that. I know copper. I know light blocks exist. I just don't want to use them because it gets so finicky. I can hang it like that. I mean, look at this. If I grab a light block, look at that ugly texture. And if you're not holding anything down, you don't even know it's there. So you've got to be really careful. Like, yeah, it looks cool, but I just don't know. I can move that across. Does that look cool? I don't know, it feels a little bit dark, a little bit dingy. Yeah, no, it is definitely something broken with my texture packs or something. I don't understand it, but just kind of got to deal with it. How does that look? Okay, not the worst. What happens if I delete this? Delete this, and then you've just got one there. Does it look decent? What's the world editing mod called? It looks super useful. It is called Axiom. It is an incredibly useful mod. It's by Mulberry. Highly recommend it. The mod's made by the same person who created Flashback, which is how I get all my cinematic stuff in videos. Definitely would highly recommend. It's like the most powerful modern building tool. World Edit is incredibly good, but Axiom's just on another level with ease of use. 3-block wide? Do we go with the 3-block wide, chat? Do we go with the 3-block wide? Adds a little bit more depth for a little bit of stuff. You can fake lights with colors too. You can, but since this isn't so much of like a perspective build as much, really, I don't want the visuals of the build itself to overly take away from the actual like subject matter, because this isn't for a video that's like about building. I think it's more important that we can focus on the actual subject of the video, which is going to be fossils, I mean, this entire like place is going to be used for multiple videos, but for the moment, the main one that I'm working on it for is for a fossil video, so I don't want it to overly take away from it. And then over here, it'd be like, let's grab this guy. Boom, boom. I mean, maybe this is a tad bit big, but it gives you an idea of what I mean. Yeah, just a little bit big. Just a tad bit big. But you sort of get the point that I'm trying to make. Like, have things over in the corners on the sides and stuff. Is that the full thing? Yep. Like, how cool is this? I reckon. Boom. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I don't think you'd be allowed to use this for it, but not entirely sure. Am I planning on using the second floor? Ooh, that's a good point. I could just change it to a skylight. I think it's cool to have the second floor and for people to be able to walk up here. And so this was kind of a bit of a joke. The actual thing I really want to be able to do is have sort of like, what are they called? Like little, almost like synopsis of previous videos. So over here, like, let me just mop this up really quickly. Maybe some glass. Actually, I don't know if glass would be needed. Cobblestone, mossy cobblestone, lichen, moss, bush, sapling. There we go. So, for example, this would be like a demonstration of the, what's it called? The Succession video. So it'd be thingies over here, some moss on, some lichen, sorry, over on this, and then some of those. And probably, actually, fence post. That feels like the proper one. And then have some leaf blocks. Oak leaves, that'll do. Yeah. See, and then you've got a tiny little diorama of a video that I've made, and I want to have that sort of thing here. And if I use, if I can remember how to spell it, spruce shelf, I can have that, and boom, you've got an entire little diorama of a previous video. And then you can also have the entire focus of this video. Oh, I forgot I need to read chat. The plan is still to have, yeah, you said it. Are you planning on using the second floor? It's a set piece for future vids. You're walking into some rocky territory by talking about fossils. Wonderful, wonderful ones. I know you're going off the British Museum for the exterior. Are you allowing yourself more freedom on the interior? It's generally based off that, because I've only been to a couple, like natural history museums. The main one is from, what's it called? The London Natural History Museum. I've been there twice, but I've also, when I lived in France, went to the, I can't remember what it is, but a French Natural History Museum. I really don't have that much experience going to them. I'd love to go visit some in the US someday, because they've got so many cool ones. I think there's one in San Diego that's got quite a few things. I might be completely wrong with that. Apologies. But yeah, it's really cool. So I'm giving myself a lot of freedom when it comes to designing exterior and interior. I'd also like to give it a bit of a science museum-esque look. Like, obviously, because it's fossils, the main thing, the main look of it this time is going to be natural history, but future-wise, a bunch of different things. But I think because I want to be able to, like, I'm building most of it here. This is like a schematic world and stuff, but I'm going to paste this into its own world where I then will release the world to the public. Well, Patreon first, then to the public once the video is up. To give people a chance to explore it for themselves, and I'm going to have like command blocks and stuff that people can click on. That way they can travel all the way around wherever they want. Observatory? Definitely gonna, one day, eventually, hopefully, an observatory would be so cool. Okay, maybe this isn't the most realistic, but coral video tank. Oh yeah, because that blocks the light. So we can grab some coral. Boop, 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 boop. Probably replace the floor. That probably doesn't help out too much. Oh, what did I just do? Oh. There we go. G. And I can replace the floor with something sandstone. Sandstone, I feel, would be good. Boom. Perfection. Volcano vid is in the works. I really want to make a volcano video. It is just such a pain of a video sort of to make because I've got to build, you know, a volcano and then like 3 different types of volcano. And like the process of it, I've got so many ideas for a volcano video. I don't know what exactly to put in. So definitely in the works though. Definitely something I'd want to work on. Maybe I can have this. I think that's pretty good. You know, it doesn't look too terrible. Well, if I was to actually, you know, turn them on, probably. You have a PC, right? Isn't wallpaper a viable option? It is a good option, and it is how I built the world for... Hold on. Let me just would you with this guy real quick. World Painter is how I created the world for my Succession video. So you see this, guys? Super cute, super awesome. This is like thingy, you can press previous stage and it works. My computer is now exploding. But best stage, yes, this is the world for my, what is it called? Ecological Succession video, and all of the area around here and kind of the island were made with a mix of World Painter and Axiom. So super cool. You spawn in here, you can read the book, travel across, and once you're up the top of here, so this would be like an oceanic volcano. What's it called? Shield volcano. And you can go from next stage to Pioneers, PCs, take over the environment, then the intermediate stage. So you start getting some ferns, you start getting some grasses, much less rock, that is floating. Next stage, intermediate stage still, but now we're getting larger and larger bushes and higher grass. Now we've got the pioneer trees. These are fast growing trees that, you know, grow fast. That was... What a way to say that. And then eventually you reach the climax community, which is the final community where you can start seeing that stuff on the ground. There's a bit less of it because the trees up above are blocking the sunlight. And so the trees form the highest amount of biomass, I'm pretty sure. And then, oh no, there's been a fire. It's gone. Ah, disappeared. But once the forest fire is out, you start to see secondary succession will take place. So there's nothing here. Some of the outside things have survived, and they will... Oh yeah, so you can just see it here. I just built that because I was being a bit lazy. But then they start to grow in, you get the pioneer trees back, they're starting to grow. Eventually, you reach the climax community again. And you can restart, and back at the bear stage. Is it a clone command, or do you have a structure? It is, I'm pretty sure. Well, I use, that's the wrong one. I use a custom data pack for it, so it is, what is it? I think it's a clone command. I'm just like cloning the chunks. They're somewhere, I want to say over this direction. Yep, they're here. They're here. So this is the one that I use for the thumbnail. So you can see it's like going from bear to climax community. That was really fun to make. And then you got the bear, lichen, pioneers, intermediate grass, intermediate bushes, pine trees, climax community. All the fire ones over here. And you can see where the world sort of ends. And I'm lagging out a little bit because I'm moving so fast. But my computer is probably hating me right now. Yep, my computer is very much hating me. I can hear it whirring away. Put my hands under there and warm them up. Ooh, nice. Probably be best to bring down my chunks a little bit. But yeah, this is the world for it. And by the way, this world is publicly accessible. Check out the ecological succession video and the video on how do plants reach islands. And you can, I think I put links in the description and in the top comment, so you can go check those out and get access to this world. Either through the Patreon, which is now uploaded for free, but it's uploaded for like only Patreon members or paid first. And then once the like goal was achieved, which was pretty quickly, it was open to public. So anyone could just grab it and access it. And that's this. Woo! Wonderful, isn't it? I'm honestly really happy with that world. I put so much effort into it. I'm really happy that those videos did so well and that so many people enjoyed them. So yeah. Actually, I might swap this out for some basalt to make it look a little bit more like the video. Oh. Got those pesky pioneer species taking over. Speaking of pioneers, pioneer video in the works. If you don't get the reference, you don't get the reference. Top 10 cool side tangents. Thank you. You kind of get used to them in my streams, but I go on side tangents way too much. Actually, would that look good? What do you think of that? It's sort of like curves it in a bit of a concave shape. I don't know if it's good on the sides, but maybe at the front and back. I can copy that. Kas Lodib. Diplodocus. The shelves feel better with the 3-dimensionality, so you rather just it be like that. I like that too. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the way it just sort of goes like that, but I do agree. Lodo bean dip. Cause Lodo dip. The new species of sauropod, Caslododip. It doesn't sound too far-fetched. I could see that being a real dinosaur. Sauropod. Creature of anything. Extend that to there. Oh, I'm gonna want to set that to the what? What? Extend that, and now we have a bit of light. And if I just clear this up a little bit. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. By the locust on the tip. I love silly mistakes. They're the best thing ever. Volcano series? Should that be the next one? Ah, no, this one's got to be mangroves. I've got to make this one a mangrove one. And to stop this from going, I'm gonna grab some string. That doesn't work for mangroves, does it? I think it does. Maybe. I don't know. Some mud, some water. And if I grab some deep slate and I grab cobbled deep slate, what's fun is the fact that it looks like shallow water. So I can have... That's... Oh no! Oh no. Flood at the museum. Wonderful. You know what's cool? Once I finish this, I can make a night at the museum video. How sick would that be? So if I grab some mangrove roots, or leaves, not roots. The greatest mangrove tree to ever be created. No one can argue against it. Wonderful. Beautiful. I've never seen something so absolutely stunning in my life. And I can have one of those there, and another one of those there. Just gonna make sure I put the string on top. That way it doesn't grow so much. And which level is it on? It's on this. And it's not chopper chains. It's this that it uses. But I need the lights back, so I am hyper efficient today. I'm doing pretty decently. Succession Part 2? I've already got one. Reminds me of the Natural History Museum. That is the point. That is... I'm so happy. If you're talking about the one in the London, I forgot what country and thing it was. The one in London, yes, it is highly based off of that because it is one of the only natural history museums I have been to. But it's also got a mix of just like general science museum and stuff as well, and I'm including all of my videos here. And actually, it'd be kind of cool if I have like a thing here which gives you the link to the video. That'd be pretty sick. Shield volcano mentioned. The crowd goes wild. Shield volcanoes, stratovolcanoes, also known as composite volcanoes. What else can I do? Undersea volcanoes, definitely gonna do them. That's hydrothermal vents, white smokers, black smokers, epic. Right, mangrove, hell yeah, they're such a cool and unique ecosystem which often gets overlooked and is endangered. The biodiversity in them is why that's why I like that Mojang added them to Minecraft. Exactly! It's so good. It's so good. Speaking of which, biodiversity, add a couple of tropical fish. One of them over here, poor thing. Is it possible to stop frog spawn from growing? Because I could put that there. Display entities. Ooh, that is a good point. I always forget the display entities. Create display entity. I wish you could make like mob displays. What could I do? What could I do? What could I do? What could I do? So many different things. So many different options. Oh, well, I'll figure it out later. Text display, I can use that for it. No, I absolutely love mangroves. I think they're so cool. And actually, I'm going to add some seagrass in here because, like, sure, I should probably add some seagrass into here too. Coral reefs, mangroves, and seagrass meadows are all interconnected. They work together really, really well. And sort of further you go out from the mainland. So they're all incredibly important for each other. I should probably, you know, a seagrass video would be pretty sick. Oh. You poor thing. Hold on, let's see. Where's... No, I don't want to... There we go. A mob with no AI can serve as a mob display, but they can't be moved at all and can be pushed. Okay. I could give these no AI. Can you slash entity? No. Slash, okay, I don't know. They'll all die eventually, and then I'll just replace them or something. I was thinking about doing the UI with display entities, because you can have one which registers clicks. That's a good point. And then I can have it linked to the video. Oh, yes. Yes. I might need to ask someone who's a lot better at this sort of stuff than me to help me out with that. But yes. I can have that there too. Hold on, let's save this over here. If I create Diplodocus, done. I turn it around to 90 degrees. Is that perfectly in the center? I think that's perfectly in the center. And I can increase the size, I'm pretty sure. Default background on. I don't want to do that. Text opacity. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Shadow on. Oh, God. Shush. Uh-oh. Alignment center. 0. There we go. Additional center. I don't know how to do that. It's edit transformation. I've got to do 2, a 2 on the 2, and now it's a lot bigger. Is that good? Is that good? I feel like that looks pretty cool. And if I'm in survival, it won't register the thing. Diplodocus. I don't know if it's like too unvanilla. It might not be everyone's personal thing. Use a block display of frog spawn. Oh, yes. Thing is, I don't want to like add too many displays in because they get laggy. Oops. And I do not want this place to be too laggy for people. Because obviously this is going to be a world I want people to be able to download, and once it... Does that need to go higher? That is not what it meant to do. You are evolving as we speak. Trying to be the first fish on land, SMH. If you're using display entities, then can you use block display entity, maybe gold or copper as the plaque/board itself? I could. I feel like a copper one would be nicest. But again, I don't want to go too heavy on the block displays. Because I feel like, while it's not like non-vanilla, so it's obviously accessible for people who are just playing. Like, you don't need mobs, mobs. You don't need mods to see it. It's still like a bit odd. Like, that's kind of looks decent, but it fits in too much with thing. Edit properties. Try gold. Do. It works. It definitely works. How well, I'm not so sure. Maybe I need to edit that a bit. Boom. And I can have that guy. Bit further back. Survival. Diplodocus. We got the Diplodocus going. That could work. Tiktaalik fish. Oh. Well, natural selection. Maybe you'll survive. So this is like, I'm gonna build the entrance and stuff. Obviously, gonna have a proper entrance. Walk in. Come in, and it's not so good because this angle isn't so great, but the second you walk around the side, it's a bit more majestic, a bit cooler. And if you're up here, like, you can see the full thing properly. That's why I want to leave the top floors open, but I'm gonna have, like, natural lights up here, and then a big glass dome over the top of this bit to light it. Use the backsides of acacia stairs? What? Backside of acacia stairs to put the display entity names. What? Acacia done? I don't I don't think I'm understanding this quite right. Maybe just remove that one. It's cool, but the gold is kind of ugly. Yeah. Cuss loaded him. Kamikaze fish on the dino strip. Ooh, maybe. Front-facing giraffe vibes when entering the place. Isn't it just plank? The planks look the same too. On top of where the dino is. On top of the dino? Like on its head? I'm not entirely sure I understand what you mean. I am super sorry. Oh, wait, are they less likely than item frames? Because that would be a lot better. Wait, like, I don't want somebody who's got, like, the lowest possible end PC. I mean, I don't have a super high-end PC. It's a good PC, very good PC, but not, like, crazy, you know? So, yeah. One thing, will it be brown at end? Huh? On the floor, I mean. Add lasers to the timer for the Patreon version. I need to try this. Block display. Glass. Red glass. Edit properties. Override brightness. Block brightness all the way to the max. I need, I need my special thing to be able to keep that. Boom. Laser eyes. Let's give this a shot. Maybe that's a bit too long. What the whoa! Oh, because it's... Okay, let's try this. Axiom makes it so much easier to have these sort of things. I'm so engrossed in the idea of just laser eye dinosaur. Boom. That's... That's the best you're gonna get, laser eye. Yeah, that's the best you're gonna get. I'll fix that. I'll fix that later. Make the walls white so that it contrasts more with the dino. That is a good idea. But I love the vibe of this. Like, it feels really old. It feels really sort of thingy. If that makes sense. Cross-eyed dino. Sinnoh, welcome. Nice to see you again, Mr. Brain rot is a heart movement. I still can't get over that. That is just wow. Just wow. Wow. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see if I can not do this. It's... It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Ah, man. It almost works. Almost. Actually, if I just do that and then clean it up a little bit. Boom. Easy. Wonderful. Ugly as flip. That doesn't work. Wait, hold on. Is this now? Shoot. Have I done this wrong? Have I? Do I need to have that? I think, oh, I actually quite like that. I'm actually quite a fan of that. I'll be honest. Boom. Move that over to there. I quite like that. I think that frames it more. It is bro trust. Okay. Okay. Can you have bacon beam? Beacon beam. Things. I don't think you can. Yeah, no, I don't think that's a possibility, unfortunately. Make the dino white? No. Search up fossils. Fossils are not this color. I also learned about Jossax and Sinnoh from other creators talking about that good vids. Seriously? Which, I'd be interested to know which creators. I'm guessing it's people probably in the bus stop or something. Yeah, it gives it some depth, exactly. And, obviously, it like makes it symmetrical, which is always a good benefit. Oh, I wonder if that might be too much, but we can always give it a shot. Oh, this might be inventory resets. I could have... I want to make it structural. I mean, I want this space to look super beautiful, of course, but also be functional. There's like the two things that it just needs to be. You're kidding. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, give some depth. Mog Swamp? It might have been Mog Swamp. Don't know. Has Mog Swamp mentioned me in a video? Didn't think he had. So, maybe, probably not. What is that? Why does that look so different on that side? Is that overly detailed is the only issue. You know what? I kind of like that. I kind of like it. Try it along a couple more of these. It's only one of them, isn't it? I'm a fan. You think he made a community post? I remember doing the vet same design in the mud brick fortified walls. Yeah. I think a bunch of YouTube talked about you, even if it wasn't, even if it was like the waterfall guy or the science guy. I know Apple and Beans have mentioned me. I know that. I think me and Sino both got mentioned in Loosest of Goose's video when he made a video with like a bunch of creators. It was like, "Is the Let's Play dead?" or something like that. It was a good video. I'd say it was a good watch. I don't, Sino, if you're still there, I don't know if you know what they're talking about. I know I got a community post from Gerg, which was something that I would not have expected, but yeah. I remember I got that, but I don't think Mog's made one. I know I'm working on something with Mog, so maybe he said he'd do it once that actually gets released, but I don't know. At Hagisan Desu. Hagisan Desu? Desu. Hold on, I'm gonna search. Hagisan Desu. That's not gonna show up if I search it into Ecosia. At Hagisan. Honestly, Hagisan might be in the bus stop. I just can't remember people. Oh, Minecraft builds. Oh, these are cool. I might be completely butchering that name, by the way. And I still gotta watch Goose's video. I'm unaware that I was mentioned. I think you were. I wouldn't be surprised at all. You are really tempting your fate. Yeah, the second I turn around, this is like a night of the museum. The second I turn around, you start flopping about. Yeah, Sino, I'm pretty sure you were mentioned. I think so. I know a lot of like the smaller creators and like people in or adjacent to the JBus server, like tons of us were mentioned. I'm pretty sure you were. You could use AI0 to represent taxidermy? Wow. I think even without AI, the fish still drown though if they're outside of the water, so not entirely sure that. I'm thoroughly liking these though. I think these are kind of cool. Little displays for previous videos. What other videos have I made is the only question. See, I'm watching you. I got my eyes on you. But yeah, Sino, if you're working on something and like you don't need to have any sort of recording and you just want something on in the background, I'd recommend Goose's video. It's more of a podcasty type thing, but yeah. Yeah, without AI they can't move, but they can still, like, if I can't put them... I know what you're doing. But I still can't, like, put them somewhere, you know? Plus, with, like, mobs like bats and stuff, they still flap their wings. So, not everything's perfect. I could just create custom models, though. I mean, just... Is this the one? Yep, that's the one. What's up, guys? It is the Seagull. Welcome back to another Seagully video. Today we're gonna be seagulling. Yeah. Just doing things. Just doing things. That's invisible item frame. Probably be smart to put this guy here. Yeah, that looks good. Remind you that those guys are involved. And of course, I've still got my computer. And I don't know, did I mention? Yeah, I mentioned this last stream, I'm pretty sure. I've also got this, which is like gonna be an office within that building over there. So I've got these, you know, I've got the desk, da-da-da-da-da. This is gonna be for videos, like if I need a small space. So this is gonna go inside the museum. I mean, the outside is gonna be difficult. Oof. Can fish have respiration or immunity of sorts using potions? Maybe. Fish will be developing 4 legs and a pair of lungs soon. Yeah, it's trying to evolve. Evolution video? Am I a seagull? In real life, yeah, but in Minecraft, no. Obviously not. What can I do? I feel like the entrance is super lackluster at the moment. That kind of makes sense. Gonna focus on top layers. I don't need to focus on quite so much yet. But the bottom layers, I'm gonna add quite a bit to. So like in the Natural History Museum of London, it is de Londres. Il sait des choses. There is like steps at the back of it, which are pretty cool. So I think I can include the stairs. Is this near the end of the tail? Yeah, so the set's gonna be like a museum for videos. Exactly. That's the idea of it. Basically, the first video that I need this for is a video all about not ecological succession. I've been talking about that too much. It's a video all about fossils, hence, well, museum, of course. And I want to be able to use it for this type of thing. So a fossil video, and then each video I can always replace this and have a different thing in the middle. And this can be like the opening place, or if it's a video where I'm like, I need visuals to be like outside or off somewhere else, that's the sort of thing I'm gonna do. But I've always got this for like tied knit things, and if I'm gonna use displays and little stuff, like I think I've mentioned this enough. Like I'm working on a video with Mogswamp about something. Like if I'm animating, because I want there to be lots of animations. By the way, this like that's supposed to be the channel profile on the stick. Like I'm so happy with the design of this model. But just a seagull casually sitting at a computer. But like this is going to be somewhere that I can animate. I can have all this stuff and little things like that. But it's also just good for things. So that's going to be a good idea. Geologic succession. There's gonna be a lot of things like that. If you can't tell, I get distracted super duper easily. It is a big fault of mine. Could you imagine being in a museum and having to step up like that quickly? Like, I feel like that's a bit of a stretch. Maybe more mud. I mean, I'm gonna need to switch that out. Maybe oak. French seagull. Oui, c'est moi. C'est l'oiseau français. Salut, salut. Ça va? So that's the idea. I don't know if I've got oak at the back. Does that like stand out enough? I could have diorite. Diorite stairs? Good thing about diorite, there is other types of it, so I can always have a bit of fun with it, have a bit of extra stuff. Like I can have that like that, and then have. I'm just gonna get full blocks of this. Boom, boom. Pull that across. The tail's there. I've written to the police to complain about your tangents. They haven't faxed me back yet. Sava? Tough or stone? Kind of draw seagull Josex on a computer. Do it. I would love to see that. Thing is, I want it to be like harmonious, but also have enough difference in how it looks. If you can't tell, I'm not the best at streaming. I will just get distracted immediately. I don't know how to do this. So apologies. And it's probably going to be end of stream pretty soon as well. How long have we been going for? Yeah, an hour. I got recording and stuff to do as well as this. Kind of got that central thing going on. I kind of like that. I'm gonna hopefully be streaming more often if that's something people are kind of interested in. If you think that'd be fun. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Whenever I stream, I at stream pings in my Discord, so if you're interested in that, check that out. You can find it in the description of more recent videos and stuff. Yeah. I'm quite happy with the design of this actually. I think that looks pretty sick. It's like classy, you know, super duper classy. What is that? The headwear that your character wears? Let's go invisible for a second. Grab some milk. So on my character, these two things. These are supposed to be coral horns growing out of my head because I love coral. I think it's super cool. I needed something to make my character a bit more interesting. And I thought that was pretty sick. And then at the back, this is a hat. Just a simple little hat. It's a hat and coral. And then spiral the stairs to the left and right. Exactly. But that is all that I have time for, unfortunately, at the moment. I might go back to streaming later today, or next weekend, or later this week. I don't fully know, but thank you all so much for watching. This has been a blast, and actually, we've gotten quite a bit done. I think we've probably got an equal amount done to last stream, which was like half an hour longer than this, so hopefully next time you'll see some really big changes, some really big progress. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Now it's time to press the button. Can I click it? Can I click it? There we go. Bye. Oh. You will not be able to reconnect. Your stream will stop and you will no longer be live. Yes, I do want to do that.